Oh, hi. How is everybody today? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the live chat.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
I hope I'm on the right page.
Please.
I think I am.
Please.
So,
do I need to check?
No.
Let me just make sure. Bowie.
Bowie, baby.
Bowie, baby.
Bowie's coming over for dinner.
Good boy.
How's everybody doing?
It's Friday. That is exciting.
Charlie's here. Hello. I like your sunglass emoji.
You are on the correct channel.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Laura's here. Thank God it's Friday. I totally agree with that.
Right. Sorry, guys. I just need to get a decongestant real quick.
Mm-hmm. That's fine, Dora.
These allergies that out of control.
Yeah, it's very humid today as well. Louie's here. Congratulations on getting on the right channel on the first go-round. Thank you.
I mean, we got it down now. It's pretty impressive.
It only took 100 times.
Did the Bowies? Did the babies have their?
No, they did not.
Bowie's waiting. She'll
Happy Friday, Doug. Glad you're here. Louis said great minds think alike, you and him, not me. Charlie's got his iced coffee ready. Oh, and we are Doug's favorite two people. Thank you so much, Doug.
Sweet.
That's very sweet of you. And Pixie is also here.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. So today, in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, we are amplifying another YouTuber, and that is Natural Vegan Mama.
Yes.
And I want to help support other
Black
YouTubers.
voices.
Yeah.
Specifically.
So we're going to be making her Italian sausage recipe today. And I am Martha Stewarding the S out of this. I already have some that's ready, and guess what, kids? This is special. I followed the recipe exactly.
Whoa! This is a big day.
I followed the recipe exactly
This
because
is a very big day.
I didn't want to mess it up. I wanted to do it exactly how she had it on her channel, and that is what I did. So hang on to your hernia belts, kids. I know that's big info.
That's really big for you.
I know. I
you never
released my
follow
control
recipes.
to someone else, and I said, okay, we're going to do it her way, and
We are not taking the highway.
no.
We're going her way.
Yeah, I broke my own rule of, I just do whatever I want.
Yeah. So, just before we get started, what should I give the pups since we don't have their
Why
name?
don't you give them those little
Toasty ones?
Yeah, they're up there.
Bowie!
They're up there.
Lulu!
These are non-rawhide doggy chews.
Oh, show
I
how
believe-
they are.
They're made with vegetables and like some
One for baby.
like some chicken or like dried chicken or
And
something
one
like
for
that.
Minnie!
Oh my
Good
Minnie!
girl. Oh.
How nice.
Little sweethearts.
Oh, they are little sweethearts. How did we ever come up with vegan as pork?
You came up with
very
that.
good. I did come up with that. I can't remember what the name of the channel was before vegan.
There's like the
Oh,
Daily Vegan, which was like meh.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? We need
Let's
to
rebrand.
We need to rebrand. We need to pump some life into this. So we were actually working on a puzzle and we were trying to brainstorm names.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of crappy ones. And then you said that because we were like, we want some sort of like
Edgy,
edgy
but we
and
want
like,
vegan in the title.
and we knew that the phrase like AF was really big at the time.
It's
So we
popular.
were like, what can we do
That's not offensive.
but also like relates to that? So you came up with that and I was like, that's it. That's amazing. That's going to be the name.
Yeah. So that's the story of that. Vinny. Louis wants some vegan Italian sausage today. He's pumped for it.
Well,
And if it's
came to the right
good,
place.
he might at least try vegetarian.
Whoa! That's a big deal.
Wow.
That's really exciting.
That is awesome. Diana Lee loves our cooking vlogs.
Oh,
because
thank
I
you.
explain everything so well. That's funny that you mentioned that because some people are like, you talk too much.
Well, some people want, like, I call them like the BuzzFeed recipes where it's just like
Boop, boop, boop.
music and then
Yeah.
it's like pour this in, pour this in, pour this in. And, like, they don't even say anything, they just show you the ingredients.
Yeah.
But I like that we kind of just like walk through the recipe and it's almost like a cook along thing.
I want you guys to feel like you're cooking with your mom.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm imparting my knowledge on you of 55 years worth of, well, probably about 50 years of cooking, because my dad started me cooking as early as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming it was probably about 5 years old.
Yeah, you were very young, so.
Yeah. So, you
Come
know,
a long way,
it's about
baby.
50 years of knowledge there. I mean, I butchered my first chicken when I was like 10 years old, so I know, I don't do that anymore. But I don't want you guys to struggle. I want to make it as easy as possible for you.
You got a lot of good tips to share, so.
Because I want you to eat good food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to eat gross takeout food because you don't know where it's been and it's not good for you. So it's a double thing.
Louis said, "I'm loving the modern day Miss Scarlet look."
Ooh. Scarlet overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're totally right, Doug. We need to make big changes
Yes.
all over the world. Ocean Sound makes our nacho cheese sauce all the time.
Yay.
I'm so glad you love it.
I've been saying for a long time now that I just want us to start like a family cheese business and just like start building that up and selling that cheese because it is so good, and I want everyone to be able to enjoy it. And I feel like
it's so good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing in there that's bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good stuff. Oh my God, I turned into my mother. Oh, Sarah cooks along with us. That's so awesome. Laura would starve if she was cooking with her mom.
Oh.
Oh, she learned how to cook so she wouldn't starve. You know what? It's only because nobody taught your mom how to cook.
Mm.
If she had had the luxury of YouTube when she was growing up, she'd probably know how to cook.
It's true. All this stuff is more accessible than ever. So.
I know I was a latchkey kid growing up. If it wasn't for me exploring cookbooks while I was home alone with nothing to do, I probably wouldn't have really learned to cook. I mean, my dad taught me some stuff, but I really did it out of boredom because I really did not have a whole lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings were 10, 11 years older than me. My other sister, who was 4 years older than me, wasn't really around that much either. So I was pretty much left to my own devices, almost burnt down the house one time. Playing with fire, don't do it.
Lucy, come back.
So, I was an avid reader as a kid, and we had plenty of cookbooks in the house, and they were easy to read because, like, steps, yeah. So, that's enough blabbing.
We should get started.
Let's
get started.
Although this is a very simple recipe. It does have a lot of ingredients, but it's very simple to make.
I feel like a lot of sausages have a lot of ingredients because you need those spices to be just right.
To emulate the flavor. And I think Natural Vegan Mama really hit this one out of the park because when I was crushing up all the spices,
you were like, this smells like sausage.
This smells really good. All right, so let me go on the other side of the table here. Okay. I have done some prep work before obviously when I made the first batch. So I just did a double batch of the stuff that was already like cooked.
I was trying to lip sync. It wasn't working as great this time. But yeah, okay, so let's turn this around.
Very nice, very good.
You know, I get inspired by Drag Race.
Yes, lip sync cooking.
Yes.
All right, so in this pan over here, I just have some red pepper and onion that I sauteed with a tablespoon of olive oil. That's what is left of it because I already used half of it. So this recipe is basically you mix your dry ingredients together, you add the wet ingredients, you mix it up, and then we're going to cook it in the steamer.
Okay.
So let me just let me release this one. so that it has time to cool, so that when we taste it, we're not burning our faces off. All right. Release the pressure. Under pressure. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is grind up my spices. Now, Natural Vegan Mama did not grind hers up, but I have very sensitive teeth. I have a lot of dental work going on in here. And I was not very good at brushing my teeth as a kid, so.
Ew.
Make sure you take care of your teeth, kids, because according to my mom, they never die a natural death. They die from neglect. So,
That's
very
a good
important.
point.
Take care of your teeth. They're very expensive to fix. Sorry.
Another good point, yeah.
Yeah. All right. These are all the spices that we need to be putting in there. So, what my point was, I'm going to use this mortar and pestle to grind up some of the larger spices, like the fennel seeds and the rosemary, because if you bite down on one of these, you could really pop out a filling or something. So I just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt while they're eating my cooking. So if you have a coffee style grinder, you could also use something like that, or just you could probably put them in a blender. If you have like a NutriBullet or something, that would probably work really well too, but it's just an extra step. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Grind it up and nobody gets hurt.
Wait, we have some questions here. Let's get caught up. Oops. Hey, Lonnie. Francie asks, which is the mortar and which is the pestle?
That's a great question. I'm not exactly sure. I think the vessel is the mortar and the little rod is the pestle.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
But I wasn't 100%.
Do you know, Mark? No? Can you look it up while you're sitting there at the computer? Yeah. Thank you.
Dad's like the Andy Richter to your Conan
He
now.
is. All right. So my hands are clean. And we're going to start with the spices. The first, I need a measurer. Because I'm doing this for real.
Oh, thanks, Pixie. This is the mortar.
Right, so we were correct. This is the mortar, and this is the pestle.
Is it pestle or pestle? Do you say the T? I've never heard pestle.
Do you say often, or do you say often?
I say often.
Well, some people say often.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, honey. I love you. All right, so we're going to start off with some beautiful oregano. I like to buy my spices in bulk, and then I put them in jars because I feel like they stay fresher. Like when you buy the big ones like this, I feel like these tops are not like airtight, and you really need to keep your spices airtight because air is the enemy of everything. That's what oxidizes things and ruins the flavor and makes it go bad. So I didn't have enough jars for these guys yet, but I'm on my quest for jars for spices, but it does make a big difference. Oh my God, you can tell by the fragrance. It's so nice. All right, so we're gonna put in a teaspoon of oregano. I'm gonna link her channel and this actual video in the info box below so that you guys...
You can see the real deal.
Yeah, when you make it, you could follow along with her because her video is actually really very good for this. I loved it. All right, we're also gonna use some sage. These are all good sausage ingredients. Very nice. I like the selection that she chose for these. We're also going to use some thyme. This is another one that is a real tooth killer.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
you got those big pieces.
Yeah, it's really shreddy. Now all of these are going to be 1 teaspoon. I'm going to do some paprika. Where are you at? There you are. Some beautiful. Delicious. I love to smell spices. I'm some kind of weirdo. I don't know.
I think a lot of people love to smell spices.
Makes me feel like my dad's around with all the spices. We got some granulated garlic. You could just use garlic powder. I always go that extra step and get the granulated garlic because I think the flavor is a little bit more garlicky.
Yeah. I just want to say real quick, Lydia Garner says, "Hi ladies, I love your videos. Wish I could stay, but I have a loss in my family, and this is my first live stream with you.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you for all you share. It's always fun and informative." I'm
Thank
so
you
sorry,
for saying
Lydia.
that. And we really feel for you. So sorry for your loss. We
Yeah.
also had a loss this past week, and
It's tough.
it's a difficult time. It's a very difficult time. But thank you for stopping by and letting us know that. That really does make our day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we have it's hard to change gears back, but I want to keep this moving for you guys because we have a bit to get through. We have a tablespoon of fennel seeds. Now this is the cheat. My dad would always say, I'm going to fool everybody. I'm going to put fennel seeds in my meatballs and they're going to think it's sausage. This is the real thing that makes you think, oh, that's the sausage flavor. It's the fennel seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have an old salt grinder that was refillable, and I kept it instead of, throwing it out, and I put fennel seeds in there. So if you're making like a pasta sauce or something, you can use that grinder to grind up the fennel seeds. You don't have to worry about having a mortar and pestle. You can just use it in the salt grinder.
Yeah. Because
this is real tooth killer. And rosemary, the king of all, the Christmas tree spice here, the needles. You don't want to bite down on that. But we have a tablespoon of that as well. Okay, and she said salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to use my magic seasoning salt.
Ooh.
Because I was too lazy to fill up my other salt thing, so I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of that because it's I don't want it too salty, but it's really the gluten. Vital wheat gluten has like no flavor whatsoever, so I'm gonna go with a teaspoon on that. Now is the time of the show when we grind.
You weren't going to put any pepper?
It has some pepper, I believe, in the seasoning salt already.
Okay.
All right, so
here we go.
Yeah, this is pretty easy to do. I mean, you don't have to work too hard. Can you hear it?
A little bit, yeah. Well, I can. I don't know if everybody else can. The sound on this iPad is not fantastic.
I can hear the birds chirping outside.
Yeah. Nicole C said, I use a similar blend of spices when I make my Italian seitan sausage. Is that what you're making? Is it seitan? Yes. Okay. And how much are you going to make? One big sausage or small links?
This is going to make like 4 field roast size sausages. So like when you buy the 4-pack of the field roast or the tofurkey sausages, this is how much that's going to make.
Okay. Oh, Louis said the sound is quite adequate. Excellent.
Oh, good.
I think maybe it's not as good if you're not wearing headphones, because we've heard a lot of complaints in the past about the live show sound quality.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
We hear complaints about everything.
Ocean Sound said, I love the mother that you are with your family, dear Janet.
You.
I am Italian, but my mother had mental issues. So admire you. Your family is lucky.
Thank you.
Aww.
You know what? I try and do a good job.
You do.
Thank you. I do put in some effort though.
Sean's clapping. He said, yay.
Give me a camera.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's not always easy, but you know what? I do what I wish I had. Or some of it I had. Like, I wish my parents hadn't worked full time so that, they could have spent more time with me as a kid and not sent me to private school and like just sent me to public school. Because I feel like but then again, my mom's got some issues as well, so maybe it's a good thing that I was
We all got our issues.
left to my own devices. I don't know.
Let's take it downtown.
Yeah.
AKA, I want to put my arms down.
I don't blame you. All right, I just want to make sure that we're, fine.
Sure. Oh, Louis said with headphones the sound is perfecto mundo.
I love the sound that this makes. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, Jay
to,
said unintentional ASMR grinding.
Yeah.
Aw, you're so sweet, Ocean Sound. I would love to hear some ocean sound right now.
Yeah, right? All right, so this looks pretty good. I mean, there's a couple of big pieces in there, but
We can live with that.
you got to have a little bit of texture, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
like that sound too.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Court is now in session.
Yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, love that game.
All right, so we've got some Vital Wheat gluten here. This is only going to take a cup of this, so I used to make big recipes when I first went vegan. Big vats of Vital Wheat gluten, like 2 cups worth.
Mm-hmm.
So like a double of this recipe. But this actually makes 4 pretty big size sausages, so we're going to do a cup of this. There's a little ASMR for you bonus there.
The ASMR cooking.
Yeah.
Louis said, very satisfying, lol. It's like one of those noises you would hear on a radio station guessing game.
Yeah, right? What's this noise?
Yeah.
Do you smell the fennel?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sweet licoricey type
Beautiful.
smell. All right, we're also going to do some garbanzo bean flour. We're going to do a 1/4 cup. Of course, my 1/4 cup is in here, dirty. Maybe I have another one. Maybe I don't. What's this one? This is 1/3 cup. All right, we're going to just, we're going to guesstimate this a little bit. We know that a 1/4 cup is a little bit less than 1/3 cup. So there we go. Okay, now we're going to put our spices in here. Oh, that smell.
So good.
That smell, though. We're gonna, no, that's not a fork.
That's a knife.
That's a knife, too. We had too much spillage into the knife section. I want a thick fork. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Sheena.
Hey, Sheena. All right, so we're gonna pre-mix our dry.
Okay, while you're doing that, Charlie asked, are you having this for lunch or dinner?
Probably lunch.
Yeah, we're gonna have it with our lunch. Diana Lee said, I'm getting so excited now. This recipe is so easy for me. I can taste them already.
Yeah.
I hope you guys give it a try because it looks like it's gonna be awesome.
All right, so we're gonna make a little well in the middle. Now we're going to add our sauteed onion and red pepper. You can use green pepper. You could use any colored pepper you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1/4 cup. Oh, I got a little bit extra for later. Because I just sauteed, I didn't know how much I was going to need, so I just sauteed 1 pepper and 1 Vidalia onion. We're also going to add some liquid smoke.
Yum.
And just a little bit of olive oil. Just to give it that fatty mouthfeel.
I love fatty mouthfeel.
Right? Only a teaspoon.
Sarah asked, you find garbanzo bean flour online?
You can find it at the supermarket. It's Bob's Red Mill.
Okay. And Nicole said, I've never used the garbanzo bean flour, just the Vital Wheat gluten. Do you find it makes a big difference in texture / taste? Have you ever compared it?
Yes. If you were to just use the straight up Vital Wheat gluten, it would be like a rubber band. The garbanzo bean flour gets in there and breaks up those gluten strands a little bit so that you get more pockets in there so that it's still chewy, but it's more doable, more chewable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta have that break in there. You couldn't just possibly, it would be really chewy. I mean, you could do it, but it's a better texture. Now, the only thing when I made this before, I needed more of the sauce. I'm just using my favorite pasta sauce. She just said tomato sauce, so this is what I have because I don't have any cans of tomato sauce, like ground up tomatoes. I had to add a little bit extra because I found that it was a little dry. So I just added probably like 2 tablespoons more of the pasta sauce. So we'll see what happens this go round. if we need extra or not.
Oh, that smells so good.
I know.
Bowie! Whoops, sorry guys. Oh, what a cute baby! Bobo! Lucy girl! I hear Louie walking around, but...
Yeah, walking around on her legs.
Bowie!
On her towing pins.
Hi, baby! Aww. Okay, back to the action.
Alright, so this is going to be a quite dry mixture. You have to really work it in there.
Mm-hmm. She's working that.
It'll come together. I can see I'm probably going to need a little bit more. I might as well just put it in now. So like another 2 tablespoons.
Okay, let's see. Sheena said, love your hair and outfit, Janet.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Louis said, all kinds of tantalizing noises on here today.
Yeah.
Sheena asked, what's for dinner tonight?
No clue.
Louis
Probably a lot
said,
of leftovers.
yeah, we do have a lot of leftovers to eat up. Louis said, eyeballing that shit like Rachel Ray, Janet. Wow. Nicole says, ooh, she's gonna try it. Nice.
Excellent.
Francie asked, do you ever add crumbled bread or crumbs to make it more meatloafy?
No. Not the sausage.
Okay. Louis loves a puppy break. Me too.
Yeah.
Yay! Look at that puppy butt. Look at that puppy butt on Bowie. Lucy girl.
Alright, so you just mix it to make sure that everything is combined.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell Lucy to be quiet, please?
I don't think he's in there.
That's why she's barking.
Hello.
Louie, come on. Alright, so we're going to divide this into 4, roughly.
Mark and Sean are doing great today. Sean, how are you doing?
What are you doing?
How are you doing?
How are you doing what?
Are you doing
Are
good?
you doing well?
Well? Sure.
Alright, so we've got this divided into 4. I've already got my papers over here, my rolling papers. Sorry if that was a drug reference, but
Oh, jeez.
I don't do drugs. I'm totally straight edge. I barely even have a glass of wine once in a while.
Okay.
So,
But when she does, look out.
alright, so this is parchment paper. We're going to shape these into some sausages. If the pepper and onion are popping out, just stick them in the middle.
Okay.
Cover them up.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Alright. This is the boring part. They look really nice.
Yeah, they do. They're holding together really well.
Like, I gotta, hats off to Natural Vegan Mama. I wouldn't probably never have tried the pasta sauce in there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it's gonna be a nice
I
addition,
think it
though.
adds a lot to it. I wouldn't have done it myself. I think it was a really, the ingredients were all really well thought out. And it comes together really quickly too.
Mhm.
So like if you're pressed for time, I think this would be pretty good. Although you'd have to make it a little bit in advance because it has to steam for 45 minutes. So like
Yeah.
at lunchtime, you know, if you're thinking about dinner, or even the day before, you can make a double batch of this because this is one of those recipes that is so much better if you let it sit in the fridge overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Because the flavors really start to come together when you let it sit overnight. Alright, so we got our 4 sausages.
Sausages.
Yes.
Oh, my arms.
I'm so sorry. Alright. So, the way we're going to do this is we're going to roll it up. Then we're going to take this one.
I have some stuff to catch up on here, but I just have to say, Louis, oh my god. Louis said, Janet, I see you know how to handle that sausage. Okay, I'm done.
That's right.
Roasted. Anyway.
Hey, how do you think I ended up with so many kids?
Oh my god. Sheena said, did you hear the news about Leah Michelle being racist about another Glee cast member? I don't know enough about that to say if it was racist or not, but I did hear that she was crappy to like almost everyone. So
Yeah. So she
Yeah.
was an equal opportunity
Jerk.
shit stirrer jerk. Yeah.
Yeah. Any garden updates? I do want to do a garden tour update video soon because stuff is starting to come up quite a bit. One quick update, I saw the snake, Bob Fosse, when I was watering yesterday, and I was terrified.
He's a pretty good snake, though. I mean, I've been out there a couple times with the dogs, and when he sees the dogs, he just goes into his little crevice. He hasn't, like, been brazen or anything, so... Alright, here's the ones I made before. So why don't we take a quick look at QuickBooks.
Oh, look at that.
We're going to do the transfer here. We're going to put these on here.
Mm-hmm.
And
So Martha Stewart.
yes, we're just going to put these over here. I'm just going to add a little bit more water to this. So let me go get my filtered water.
Okay, well, she's gone. Francie said, is this worth the time and effort when you can buy delicious vegan sausages so easily at the store? I would say yes, because
this is way cheaper than buying the sausages. at
it's
the
cheaper,
store.
but I think it's also better because you know exactly what's going into it.
I didn't put any preservatives in there.
Yeah, I
so-
feel like a lot of those store-bought ones, there's so many like different chemicals and stuff in there, and you don't have that with this. So this is a lot more natural. Morris says regular sausage party here. That's right. Yeah, it did come together very quickly.
Alright, so I'm doing this in my Instant Pot steamer. So I'm going to do it with the vents closed, and I'm going to do steam, and I'm going to do 45 minutes.
Whoa.
Right? Hi. Alright, so let's see what these look like. Ooh, they're still nice and hot.
Would you say some like it hot?
I know I do.
Wow,
yeah.
that's nice.
Right?
That's beautiful.
We're gonna just brown these off in the pan a little bit, in the fry pan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so nice. You said I could keep it.
Yeah. People are saying Hugh Jackman is racist because he hugs some cops. I would not say Hugh Jackman is racist.
No.
For sure. Is it always the same snake or is there a family of snakes? I think it's the same one,
Yeah.
but I am always afraid that
There are
with
multiple
one
ones, possibly.
comes many. Wait, what?
There's probably multiple ones.
What?
Do you think it's just one freaking snake? Come
Come
on.
That's my fear, that there's going to be a whole, like, family of them. Because last year there was at least 2.
Alright, so here's...
You just ignored that.
Yeah. So here's this. We have our leftover pepper and onion in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's saute this a little bit.
Okay.
Let's turn on our flame over here. We're going to go to less than medium. And why don't we add a little sauce?
Ooh.
Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that?
Beautiful.
Get in. Oof, could you imagine these sliced up nice with some ziti or rigatoni?
Yeah, like just in some pasta.
Or some bow tie pasta, some long spaghetti.
Beautiful.
Yes. So let these sit for a little bit.
All right, so we'll let that sit. We'll give my arms a break, and
Yes.
we'll just chat.
Yes. Why don't you answer some questions while
Okay.
I clean up a little bit?
All right, let's see what we got here. Morris says, shout out to good cops, because man, if I arrested animal abusers or predators, I don't know how they handle that. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some good cops out there, but there is a problem with the system.
Yes.
It's not just like a few bad apples.
No.
It's definitely a problem with the system. Francie asked, how does the sausage actually get steamed if it's wrapped in foil?
The steam penetrates. It's not like wrapped airtight.
Right.
The steam penetrates and the moisture is attracted to the vital wheat gluten and it sucks up some of the moisture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Louis said he's drooling over here. Maybe he's just hungry. Louis, you gotta try these.
Yeah, right?
And Louis also asked, are you trying to give me nightmares?
About the snake?
I'm gonna be thinking about that all day.
It's not coming in the house.
Every time I go outside. You have no idea how many times we've had like the back door open with just the screen, and I've been like, what if a snake comes in?
I'd be more worried about a squirrel coming in.
I'd be more worried about a snake coming in.
One time we were sitting in the living room and a bat flew in.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
I ran down to the pool and got the net,
Yeah.
and we were able to catch it and
You didn't
put it back
catch it in a
outside.
garbage bag over someone's head?
No.
Oh, man. Maura says, rice cooker looks like a boombox. I almost said press play. It kind of does, yeah. Nicole C says, snakes or spiders? For me, I'll take a snake over a big spider any day. Really? I would much rather deal with a spider.
I don't like either of them.
Ooh, Diana Lee's making this for dinner. Yeah. Nice.
You could double it, no problem.
Oh, yeah. Will Mark do any more vegan recipe videos?
Absolutely.
Yes. And thank you for the love on my
It's
love.
about you
This
to
hair is garbage.
Chill him out.
What was for breakfast today? I had my usual oatmeal. Would you have toast?
I had toast, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we must be here for the matinee show.
Yeah.
Sean's in rare form.
Sean's getting a little chatty now. I'm sure you've dealt with your fair share of crappy cops, Morris, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Fellows, Safari Planet. Oh my god, I love those sketches. Okay, Louis said, to tell the truth, last night, one of the stories was about a man who chopped the head off of a rattlesnake, and the severed head jumped up and bit him. He lost his fingers.
Oh my god.
That is terrifying. Oh my god. Johnny, come say that.
Come here.
So I guess we should cut one of these up, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
What are
what
you
we
making?
Sausage.
Sausage.
You gonna try it?
it?
You gonna try it?
What's the dinner tonight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leftovers.
Maybe
We
we'll
can
have
have
pasta
sausage for
tonight. Maybe we'll have sausage and pasta tonight. Alright, so let me get my sharp knife.
That looks so hot.
Oh yes. Tis. Alright, so let's see. Let's do it fancy,
Ooh, on an angle.
right?
That looks nice.
It holds together really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
It's not crumbly.
Yeah, I don't think Dad's gonna be growing a man bun anytime soon.
No.
The dogs didn't hit the water bowl. I think actually Lucy might have been drinking at the beginning. I feel like somebody was drinking at the beginning.
Yeah. I can't remember
But
who
I
it
might be
was.
thinking of the vlog from this morning when we were finishing the vlog.
Yeah. I'm
It's
not
hard
sure.
to keep everything
With
straight.
all the different channels.
Yeah.
and this is cutting very nicely.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That would be really nice. A sausage and pepper hero.
Yes. Is this sausage good for a hot dog?
A hot dog?
It's a different kind of
If you
sausage.
adjusted the spices, you could probably make a brat.
Yeah, but this is like one of those Italian sausages that would be
Right.
in like pasta or like you said on a
Sausage and pepper hero.
yeah.
All right. Do you want to flip that camera around and try
Well,
this?
you go first because you're already.
Okay. Smells amazing.
Mhm.
Mmm.
Is it good?
Mhm. You need a little more sauce.
Oh yeah.
The texture is really nice, though.
Yeah.
Mmm. All right, why don't you give it a shot?
Okay.
You want a little piece,
Just whatever.
or do you want a big piece?
Whichever.
All right.
Smells like sausage. Mmm. That's really good.
I like it because I didn't go overboard with the
I'll
salt.
try a little bit of a bigger piece.
And yeah, sometimes when you get those ones from the supermarket, they are loaded with sodium.
Mm-hmm. That is really, really good. That would be epic in pasta.
Yeah, or on a hero,
Mm-hmm.
like a sausage and pepper hero with a slice of vegan cheese melted.
Yes, that is delicious.
You might
Natural
even be
vegan
able
mama.
to fool some some meat eaters with that.
Yeah, this is a great recipe.
It probably would be even really nice on the grill.
It probably would.
Shawnee, want to try some? Come over and try some.
That's really nice.
Let's see. How is it?
Good.
Oh yeah, you want more than one?
Very nice.
Yeah, I want to try some with some more
You
sauce.
want to come around?
This is a real mukbang. Whoa. Let's get Mark in here to try some.
Yeah, I don't know where he went. He might be lying down.
Mmm.
Right? So good. So meaty.
Mmm.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that on
Oh, I got a kiss for that.
like on a hero at some point.
Mark,
I think he's in your room.
let me see if I can get him to come and try some.
Okay. Let's see. Nicole asked, what's your suggestion for spices if you want to make a kielbasa version? I'm going to have to get back to you on that because I don't know, but she would know. Yeah, these sausages are amazing.
He's indisposed at the moment.
Okay. Nicole said, what's your suggestion for spices if you want to make a kielbasa version?
If you were gonna do a kielbasa, I would, oh gosh, I would leave the fennel out because that is more Italian than anything. I don't know. I think I would have to research that a little bit. I would think about, instead of the pasta sauce, I would try and find a pork flavored bouillon.
Oh, yeah, that could be good.
Like a bouillon powder, like an Orrington Farms, maybe the ham flavored one.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I would add more oil to the, maybe like a coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
You might also, I just got this new ingredient. I want to show you, I want to share it with you guys.
I think it is definitely Sean approved.
Yeah.
Surgeon skills, Sweeney Janet. That's right. Mom actually was lucky enough to see Sweeney Todd
With
on
Angela
Broadway.
Lansbury.
Yeah, with Angela Lansbury. That's just blows my mind.
Where
This is
is,
my
oh,
fingers.
here it is. I'm really into molecular gastronomy.
Mm-hmm.
I just ordered some methyl cellulose. So this is something that you would mix with coconut oil,
Mm-hmm.
and it would give you those the fat globules like you would get in a Beyond Burger.
Oh.
So I would definitely give this a try somehow. Also, instead of the chickpea flour, I would probably do a half a cup of TVP mixed with a little bit of methyl cellulose. Would also give it more of like the kibasi mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I would mortar and pestle it, or like, you know, just so that it was finer, and probably mix it with this and the coconut oil,
Okay.
because you want that kielbasa flavoring. I would also do a little research and look into more of what the spices would be. Probably paprika.
Yeah, this is just off the top of your head.
Yeah, probably paprika, no oregano, no fennel,
Yeah.
no rosemary. definitely look into the Orrington Farms ham bouillon. Yeah. So just by adjusting the spices, though, you could definitely come up with more of the flavors that you're going for. I remember one time, well, maybe more than one time, I made a vegan corned beef. First time, not so good. It's hard to nail those spices.
I'm not usually. Well, go ahead.
But second time, a little bit closer. I never really got it a hundo P, but that's the great thing about cooking. It's a big experiment.
Yeah.
It's like going to the doctor. They don't know exactly what's wrong with you half the time. It's a process of elimination. That's why they get accused of being pill pushers all the time, because they're just trying to figure it out too.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, I'm not usually huge on seitan.
Yeah.
But this sausage, like...
It doesn't taste like your typical seitan.
Yeah. It's really good.
The texture is not like chewing gum.
Yeah, that usually is a big turnoff for
It
me
is a
with
big
seitan.
turnoff for seitan. Like, sometimes you get a tofurkey and it's like, field roast, a little bit better, but sometimes it can be like a little bit, sometimes the smell is not the best, you know, for those. But this one,
Yeah, this is really nice.
it's a nice flavor combo.
Yeah. Oh, Hanley's here. Hanley's
Hanley.
butt. Morris asked, does Kristen cook? Maddie and her have all this plethora of knowledge. Kristen
Was interested in cooking at
for a
one
little
time.
while. It's not really her thing.
The problem with that is her job usually happens around dinner time. So
Yeah, but
after
she could
she's
cook
done,
during the day and then just heat it up later.
that's too much work for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of time to cook when it's time to cook. So,
Yeah.
plus she might be a little lazy.
I really enjoy it, and I really like the feeling of knowing, like, oh, I made this, or I helped make this. I kind of fell off of it for a while because two main reasons. Number one, Mom is such a great cook that it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna make this, and like there's a chance that I'm gonna screw it up, and it's not gonna be as good as what she would do, and you know.
The problem I find with getting motivated to cook, when it was just Daddy and I didn't really do all that much cooking. I didn't really do that much cooking, but once I had kids, I wanted to do something nice for the family, and I wanted to turn mealtime into a time where we could all sit down. I don't know if you remember, but we used to eat in the dining room in the other house.
Yeah.
And I insisted, like, no TV during dinner. Part of that was to get you kids to eat so that you could get to the TV. So it was a motivating factor, but it was also a time for everybody to talk about their day and reconnect.
Yeah.
That has all gone to the wayside. And we sit on the sofa now in front of the TV when we eat.
I mean, we still connect, and we connect over things that we like, so...
Exactly, but...
It's just different.
It's easier to motivate kids with television as a reward when they're younger. Also, I took a lot of risks in the kitchen, and I think that is something that can either pay off or go horribly wrong. And sometimes it does go horribly wrong. Sometimes I turn up a real turd of a dinner.
Yeah.
But I learned for the next time. So maybe it's not so good this time, but maybe next time I hit it out of the park.
My other thing too is, and this is just really lame on my part, but I used to like try and help more when we were making dinner, but lately, like, ever since I started dating my boyfriend,
well, that too.
We usually FaceTime when I'm cooking. So yeah. that kind of...
Yeah, but at least you have the videos. I know a lot of times it's funny. I'm like, oh, just pull up the recipe from the book. No, I'd rather watch the video.
Well, I like the videos because you get to see what it should look like, and you get like the little extra tips that you give. Right. Yeah, there have been quite a few holidays and stuff where you'll be like, oh, are you going to make this? And I'm like, okay. And then you hear like me watching the video of the recipe.
Yeah, and I'm like, why don't you just go by what I wrote down? But I'm so glad that we have the videos to refer to.
Yeah.
For you.
I do use those videos.
She does. She does, and I hope you guys do too, because I think a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth 1,000,000 words.
Well, one of the things too that I like to think about when we're making our videos and when I'm editing them is, would I be able to follow this? You know, I want to make sure, because there's a lot of really great cooks that will watch these videos and they don't need as much information. They can watch like those BuzzFeed ones and just go ahead and get it done. But I want to make sure, like, if someone at my skill level or even maybe a little bit lower is watching this, are they going to be able to follow it and make something delicious? So that's what we try to focus on.
That was kind of my job when I worked for the government. I had to write up a step-by-step plan for people who were servicing the computers that I was fixing in-house in the field.
Right.
So it had to be like, if you knew nothing about these boards and the computers, how would you troubleshoot it? You'd have to go through all these steps. So
Daddy, you in there? Yeah. Do you want to try this?
Come on over. This is a good one. Nay, great one. Let's see what Mark thinks.
Oh.
Get some sauce with it.
Ryan asked, is the Gardein good for you? I mean, it's not great.
I mean, it's got soy isolate protein in it, which isn't the best thing for you. The texture is
really good,
right?
Natural vegan
It's
mama.
nice.
I'll try it out.
Okay. I tried not to make it too salty, so I mean, you could go a little higher on the sodium if you wanted, but
Plenty salty.
really? I didn't feel like it was that salty. Oh my goodness.
Louis said, here's Daddy.
Yeah.
That's right. Ooh, that's my hot husband. I'm the luckiest girl in the world.
Exactly, Nicole. Gardein tastes great, but I wouldn't be eating it every day because
It's got a lot of oil in it.
got a lot of chemicals and stuff.
Chemicals.
Yeah.
The soy isolate protein, I believe they use like hexane to isolate the protein. And it's probably not the best thing for you.
I feel like we've really pulled back on the meat replacements. We've been eating a lot more whole foods, which is really exciting.
But we have also been incorporating a lot of the Beyond. But that's pea protein.
Right.
So that one is okay protein-wise, I think, but as far as fat content, it's a little fatty.
Yeah.
It's a little fatty.
Hanley asked, Mark, how does it feel to be unemployed?
I'll answer that. It's a little scary.
It is scary because he doesn't know what his next move is going to be. I don't think it's like fully hit him yet either because it's only like the first day, but
yeah,
it's going to be okay.
When the unemployment and the severance runs out, then ask him.
That's going to be a different story, yeah.
Hopefully he'll have secured some sort of job before then.
No, they're not making an OnlyFans. Stop. Oh my god. Hey Romero, how are you doing?
Romero.
Morris said his body is 98% Gardein. Oh no.
It's okay when it's on sale. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay full price for bad health. But
yeah, but it's not even a price thing. It's just like, it's not great for you.
No, I'm saying it would hurt even more if I was eating junk food and I had to pay full price. That hurts.
I will say, like, the transition would definitely be a lot rockier without those meat replacements. Because it would be tough to go from eating, you know, like all your regular foods and then, whoa, you're doing like all whole foods and...
Yeah.
It's a big change.
It doesn't taste bad. It's just not what you're used to. The whole food route.
Yeah, no. I think a lot of it is just a mental thing. Like, you're used to being like, okay,
I want a hamburger.
I need some sort of like a meat. Like some sort of protein. I mean, you do need protein, but...
Are you back for more?
You have this idea in your head of what you should have in every meal, and not only is that, like, wrong... But
I need a starch. I need a vegetable. I need a meat.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain, you know, things that you want to have in every meal. But I think in general, people assume they need a lot more protein than they actually do.
Yeah, that's true. And this recipe is really good for mixing with normies.
Yeah.
Because it's something that they're familiar with. It tastes pretty close. So like they wouldn't be like, oh, this is garbage. I'm not eating your food.
Yeah.
Which I have had to contend with. So on many platforms.
Mm. Well,
Drop the fork.
we want to give some props to Natural
Vegan Mama. Go check out her
We love this
channel.
recipe.
Go subscribe to her. She's got a lot of great videos on there.
I definitely want to check out more of her stuff because this was really good. I saw she has like a mac and cheese video that
Oh, really?
I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
She's got a lot on there. I think she also has a lot of videos about hair and hair growth. So
Mhm.
definitely give her a look.
Yeah.
Give her a subscription.
Yes, and her videos are very nice.
Yeah.
Like they're not, for lack of a better word, like half-assed.
Okay.
I mean, they're nice. They're pleasant to watch.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Have we ever had corn? Not all their stuff is vegan, but it's mad good. Yeah.
She used to be addicted to the
Like the spicy
Spicy
chicken
chicken?
patties.
Oh,
I haven't
so
had them
good.
in a while, but
they haven't been on sale.
yeah, they are
You
really
can only
good.
get them when they're on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I know the UK is very lucky. They have the full line of the corn
Corn.
that is vegan. I think we only have 2 or 3 items
Yeah.
here that is fully vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fish fingers, I think, and the spicy chicken, and I can't remember what else. That we might only have 2. I don't know.
Nicole says, have you guys heard this, that pea protein has a lot of hard metals or tests high for metals? Or
No.
heavy metals? No, I've never heard that. We're going to have to look into that.
Yeah. I'm gonna Google it as soon as we get off this stream.
All right. Oh, you're addicted to them? Yeah, they're so good. Oh my goodness. Morris says he's been having Chipotle tofu rice bowl. Oh, nice.
Mmm.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it was a study in 2018.
Oh, there was a study in 2018, says Dad.
And what is the conclusion?
Many protein powders contain heavy metals.
Many.
But, the study has been kind of refuted, and they threatened to sue and all that stuff.
They
Yeah.
refuted the study.
So who knows? We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. We're having pasta tonight.
So we want to thank everybody for watching and hanging out with us today. We hope you all have a good weekend.
Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter.
Yes, absolutely.
We support.
Mm-hmm. And I guess we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah. I guess that's it. I'm gonna, as Sean would say, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Yep. Enjoy your weekend.
Oh, so good. I can't stop eating it. I'm sorry. It's really good. Sean says, clap it up.
All right, guys. Bye.
We love you. Have a great weekend.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.